This video is going to show you how to get an export out of the Renaissance place for Star Reading and Star Math. So to start out, I'm at the Renaissance Learning homepage here, and I put my username and password in. Realize you have to have probably an admin account here in order to export information. So make sure you have an admin account so that you have the same access as what you're seeing here. And then from this home screen, you're going to go to Users. And then you're going to click on, right here under Related Student Tasks, you're going to click on Export Information. Once you go here, you can see that you can do it by grades. So you can click here and do like a grade at a time. But if you need to do it for the entire school, the easiest way is just to go right here and click where it says Export, because you can see I'm going to get 1,090 students instead of having to do them one by one. So I'm going to click Export here because I'm going to do the whole school at once. And then I'm just going to click the one that I need. So the two that you're going to be looking at are the Star Math Assessment Detail. And if you're doing the reading, it's Star Reading Assessment Detail. So I'm going to do the math one right now. So I'm just going to click that and click Next. And then you're going to put the dates, the date range that you would be testing. And this is very important because you don't want the entire test results for the entire school year. You want just for the specific. So if you tested, say, on September 13th, you know, because of absent kids and things like that, I might put in, make sure your year's right too, but I might put in like the 7th, and then I'm going to close the window and make sure my year is correct. I'm going to close the window maybe here on the 24th of September. Okay, this is super important here. Then you're going to click Next. And right now it's downloading, and you can see that it's downloaded. So you're going to click Download. And then this is where you can name it whatever you want to. I would be pretty strategic in how you're naming this. So maybe your school name, and then if it's fall or winter, and then put, you know, is it math or reading. So just kind of be strategic in how you're naming these. And then you're going to click Save. So after you've downloaded it, you can either go directly right to where it is housed on your computer right now, or if you're doing it later on, you can go find it on your desktop or in your documents or your Google Drive. But you just need to find that file and open it. And so you can see all of these different things. So there's a couple different things that we need to do to the file in order for it to go in properly. So one of the first things is to change the state student ID. We have to get rid of the leading zeros. So what we need to do here is click on the entire column, and then you need to right click and go to Format Cells, and then you're going to click Custom, and then right here where it says Type in General, you're going to delete that, and then you're going to type in 10 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you're going to click OK. And then you'll notice that the leading zeros now are in there, because in order for it to import into Illuminate, it has to have 10 digits. So you can see that now all of these have 10 digits. Okay? And remember that this is called State Student ID because we're going to be pulling from that. The other thing that you need to do is get rid of this leading row here. So we're just going to highlight that row. I'm going to right click and I'm going to delete it because we want the first row that Illuminate sees to be the one that has the headers on it. Okay. The next thing that we want to do is, because some of these students have taken it twice, like maybe in the same day, we want it to pull basically the newest score. So the way we're going to do that is basically sort this. So we're going to go up to Data and click on Sort. And then right here in the column, you're going to click right here, and you are going to first do Export Grade, and you can leave this smallest to largest, and then we're going to add another one, and we're going to then sort by, you're going to click right here again in the blue under column, you're going to sort by last name, and then you're going to add another column, and then under column here you're going to click and you're going to sort by first name, then you're going to click the plus again because we're going to add just one more, and under the column we're going to click, and we're going to click on date taken. And this is super important here. We want to keep this oldest to newest. So then it's going to be taking our newest score and importing that into Illuminate. Okay? Otherwise, it doesn't know which score to take. So we want to make sure that's how that is. So then you're going to click OK. All right, so now everything is done to our files. So the 3 columns that we're going to be importing are the state student ID, and then over here, depending on which ones you want, most schools are using the GE and the GP. So you can see where those are taken from. Okay? Then what you need to do is resave this. So you're going to go to Save As. It should automatically default to the comma separated value, so you shouldn't have to do anything with that. And then just name this whatever, again, you want to, which most of you are probably just going to keep it the same, so then it's going to replace it. But I'm just going to name it Test so that I know where to find it. So then I'm going to click Save. And then you can just click Continue here. And then you can close it out. And then it's going to ask you to save it again here. You don't need to save because you just did it. So we're going to close it out. Now, it is super, super important that you never reopen that file before you import it into Illuminate, or else it takes those leading zeros off, so some kids will only have like an 8-digit UIC, and so then it won't import into Illuminate. So it's super, super important now that you don't reopen that file before you put it into Illuminate. Okay, so the third step in here after we've downloaded it and we've formatted the file, and so now we're actually going into Illuminate, and you're going to go to Assessments and List Assessments. And depending on if it was shared for you, with you, or if you created it, you can tag like shared to me, or you can just type in the name of it if you know it. And so I titled mine WMISD Star Math. So I'm just going to type that in. And you can see here's mine, so I'm going to click on that. And so I'm just going to click on the columns so you can see what those look like. So you can see that it is the fall GE and the fall GP, and then the winter and the spring. And so now what I need to do is go to Responses and import student responses from a file. And we want this to be a comma, so we're going to change this to a comma. And then we are going to choose a file. So this is where we need to go find that file. So mine, I had saved it in my Google Drive, and I believe it was Test. So let's just see, Test Star Math Assessment Detail. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see it kind of is right there. Now it's not been uploaded yet. Now I need to click Upload File. So I'm going to click Upload File. And then this is where we have to match up our columns based on where we want it to pull from that Excel sheet that we formatted. So here we're going to pull from the state student ID. From the fall GE, you're just going to basically pull GE, and then the GP you're going to pull here. So you're usually only doing one at a time. So I'm only going to do the fall ones because that's what my file is from, and I'm going to leave the other 4 blank. And then all I need to do is import it. And you can see that they went in here for these particular students. So when this comes up here, when there are 19 errors here, a lot of the times this is because there's duplicate students, and so it can only put in 1 score. So, or a student might not have a UIC in there. So you can click on the file to see what the error was if you want to see that. And so we'll pull this up here. As you can see, a lot of these are because there was a duplicate because they took the test more than once. So it was only taking the most recent score. And then the ones that are down here, it's basically because their UIC, there's something incorrect. So you can either go fix their UIC in the file and re-import it, or you can just go manually put their scores in to the assessment. If you find that you need to manually input scores because either the UIC was wrong and their score didn't come over, or because maybe it pulled the wrong one and you wanted them to use their first score that they got instead of their second one, you can always go back and manually put those in by going to Response and enter Edit, and then search for that particular student, and it will bring it up and you can enter the score. This concludes how to get your STAR reading and math data into the Illuminate Summary Assessment.